Unreal, top 1000, with no skill, just by flying, and I even won a game. Here's the story of how I did it.
Bye, have a great time.
Basically, I've never played Zero build rank before, and I tried getting Unreal the same way as I did on Battle Royale, and I died like an idiot. That was really bad. So I started camping in Slurpy Swamp at this location, but it wasn't the best idea because the location is popular and you can easily die. This is exactly why.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
After I leveled up some ranks, it was time for me to find something more serious that would work well. So I took my try-hard skin and decided to start using helicopters. My gameplay was kinda chaotic at the beginning. At this time, my strategy was just to get a helicopter. I had no idea how I can control a helicopter like a pro and where all the locations are. I even didn't know how to switch my seat and died like this. Not bad with a mistake, I guess. After a lot of matches, I mastered the ability to use a helicopter and formed my strategy. That happened around the time I got to Diamond. Before that, I was just getting a helicopter and testing different things. These are all the locations for a helicopter on the map. There is a helicopter at every boss place, so the Ice Spice and Juice World are not on this map because they weren't added. I used to go at M&M, but that was a bad place, and a lot of other people were going there as well. So this was my safest place. Let's talk about first place. This could only work under Diamond. If the last player doesn't seize you, it's still very hard to not run out of fuel and have medkits to outlast the player. Here was my closest attempt and I failed to win with the storm. I probably wasn't good enough with flying and having fuel, but it would be extremely hard to win like this. Here is how I got to win a game. Two finalists spotted each other and decided to fight in the storm. One of them was using only shotgun, so he got knocked out, and the other one almost barely got out of the storm and died. That's how I won, by just chilling in the air. If you are going for Unreal, expect unusual things to happen. Not duo, by the way. A troll like me with 0 crowns had to compete against guys like this. At Elite, I even had to go against teamers. Just look at this. I was supposed to get top 2 here. Teaming is bannable, and that's why I left that Copa guy at the beginning of the video. I reported these two. This is rare, but it happened 2 times to me. I was just crashing or taking storm damage and got to champion. Here's what to expect when you get a good place in a match. Try not to die, obviously. This is the most important part of the video because you get to see how my strategy works if you want to try it. This was also my last match for Unreal. I always start by marking down my helicopter so I can easily control my landing speed. By the way, if you find this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can help me perform better on YouTube. The landing is very important because this is the first big risk out of 2. Here, looks like I wasn't fast enough because other players were closer to the ground than me. But it's rare for someone else to land at the same spot or go for the helicopter. That was way too close. I could have died if the other person got on the building on time. The second risk is getting gas cans. A helicopter is useless if you don't have 3 gas cans. In case somebody is in the house I'm supposed to go to, I just land somewhere close or wait some time above the ocean. Nobody was here, but I have to take the gas and leave as fast as possible. Now that that's done, everything should be very good. After doing this, I always go for instantly reaching max height so other players won't see me unless they directly look at the sky. When I got to champion, I was actually taking 3 risks and somehow got so far that I couldn't continue. I used to land at some place where I would think nobody will come so I can save fuel. But the thing is 3 cans are enough for the whole game. I had to test that because I was losing, so things were not as hard. For the first circles I go to isolated places near the zone and potentially above the ocean. Like here, 99% of players should not see me. A very important thing to know how to do is recharging fuel without being seen. Here I was doing dumb things, but most people when they recharge their helicopter go low to this height, which is really bad. That way, even if somebody hasn't seen you, they will hear you. Here's how to do it correctly. You should always use around 10% gas depending on the bar. Click CTRL once and after that 4 more times quickly so you get to drive again. This way you can maintain infinite fuel and maximum height. I never waste gas, and that's why I never run out of it. You've got to be precise about each time you use a can. There will be times when you won't be alone in the sky. If there are other people with helicopters, you need to stay as far away from them and dodge their bullets. If they shoot at you, you can rush into them if you want to fight them. And if your helicopter is damaged, you could try to replace it at other location at your own risk, of course. If somebody from the ground is shooting you, instead dodging, go at another helicopter. The player that's shooting you might switch to target the other guy with a helicopter. When the circle is like this, you should go in the middle of the zone. That way people most likely won't see you. Sometimes that depends on the situation. Here I just stayed at my place. The Dynamontina bow can deal 100 explosion damage even when you are in a helicopter, making you automatically get less points. This is very rare for someone with that weapon to notice you, but the pros don't use it. That would be an issue at lower ranks. You always want to avoid mountains and hills. High ground is the biggest enemy of this strategy. After that, bow. Watch out from players that use these. I got noticed, so I was forced to dodge. Top 10 is bad here, it means 0 or 1%. A good dodging strategy is circling around the zone. Recharging less than 10% is good if you want to be very fast. The worst time someone to shoot you is when you are recharging because your helicopter would take the most damage then. Also, I'm always above 50% fuel in case I should dodge and boost a lot. With this flying strategy, you always have to be active and ready to dodge. Unfortunately, you can't be AFK a lot. somebody is shooting at you, they are risking being targeted by other players. So the only person that saw you in the sky could die, and nobody else would know you are there. You can use the storm to your advantage if you find yourself in a very awkward situation. Getting second place a lot of times is very good. And that's how I got Unreal.
There once was a squad that readied up without the sunset to say what's up. Their hopes were high for in that game. Stormy squad boys go. See there, the storm she come to whittle us down and leave.